The Palm is definitely not complete, despite how long it has been here. You know, when I first heard about Palm Jumeirah, which was quite a long time ago, then I got to visit it for the first time, and I imagined that in the near future it would be real paradise. Glamorous, shiny, with expansive villas, penthouses, perfect beaches, comfortable lined with sea view embankments where you could drink coffee at cozy cafes and not worry about a thing. But having been here once, twice, and once more each time, I'm surprised by something, and to be honest, not in a good way. Yes, everything seems cool and pompous, but somehow it doesn't feel comfortable. Getting there by public transport is, well, I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but you can see for yourself. To get to the monorail, you have to walk through a large parking lot with concrete fences all around. If you stick your head out of the parking lot, they yell at you to put it back in, not to get it hit with something from the construction outside. What many people don't like in Dubai is the metro, which is not very developed. But apart from the metro, what else is here? So they have the metro, a tram has been recently launched. Just now we've been traveling from Marina by metro. It cost us 3 dirhams one way. That is pennies. I'm not even going to convert it. It's basically free. The metro here is not underground, it's above ground, and it only has a couple of lines. More precisely, it's just one line with a few small branches, and the tram is about the same. And of course, we want all this to develop further for the districts to connect more deeply, but for now it's like this, and now we're going to the monorail through the parking lot. It's a big parking lot. You need to go up from the tram, then cross the road via an overground pedestrian crossing, then go through the parking lot, and you should follow the signs here. And Konstantin wanted to say hello. So here are the signs. You won't get lost. When riding the monorail, what you notice outside the window is not the sea but construction. Cranes, workers, as if you were at some huge construction site and not the paradise you expected to live in. On one hand, there are parks and entertainment, but on the other, constant construction. All of this seems to indicate that things are not going well here. Properties aren't selling, so they're constantly being rebuilt and repaired. Why is that? Palm Jumeirah is a large-scale and expensive project, and it's not as convenient as it looks on Instagram. The distance from the city center, closed areas, and constant construction create a feeling of isolation and discomfort. Therefore, if you plan to stay at the Palm, whether to buy an apartment to live or just come here as a tourist, know that there is a reality here that does not always match expectations. Beautiful, yes, but uncomfortable in certain aspects. Another famous landmark on the Palm is of course the Atlantis Hotel. Everyone praises it. It has a huge water park naturally, as it's a luxury hotel with lots of entertainment. Sounds great, but when you come here yourself, you realize that it's not that simple. If you don't have a water park ticket or a booked hotel room, your options narrow significantly, I would say, to the edge. Yes, a few shops and a couple of restaurants will open for you, but by and large, it's almost impossible to get inside the hotel or use all the cool areas. There is security everywhere, Entry is strictly for guests. A tourist without a ticket feels like at the party to which they were not invited. The overall feeling is that all this glitz and glam is only for the chosen ones and the rest can only look over the fence. As for the rooms and stay at the Atlantis Hotel, it would probably not be entirely right to review it without having lived here myself, but I'm still going to give it some assessment since my friends stayed here. So, according to them, the hotel did not live up to their expectations. Why? Yes, it's big, yes, it's beautiful, and to be honest, I would probably like to spend some time here for the experience. Like, it's the Palm and the Atlantis. It's cool and fancy and all that, but that's probably it. I won't want any more of it. Why? Firstly, even off-season it's pretty packed, and I can imagine what it's like in season. There are all too many queues to the restaurants, breakfasts, dinners. Often queues emerge for no real reasons. Sometimes you need to wait for personal seating. All in all, it's too cumbersome. Another thing that really bothers me, I have been in many hotel lobbies, I have visited different hotels, I had meetings and conferences in hotels in different countries all around the world, but in the Atlantis, you can just walk into the lobby, which makes me wonder, why not just let tourists go into the lobby to take a photo? What's the problem? But it's not meant to be, I understand. They want to keep their guests' comfort, however, in most hotels, even luxury ones, they have no problem with that. If you go to Marina, you'll easily be able to walk into restaurants or sit in lobbies of almost any 5-star hotels. But in case you didn't know, there is more than one Palm. There is also Palm Jebel Ali, which had its construction frozen, then ambitiously revived again. Just imagine they started building it in 2002, then planned to finish it in 2028. That's 26 years to complete one thing. It's supposed to increase the coastline by almost 110 kilometers, because Dubai's coastline, like all the Emirates, it's naturally limited. The budget is $20 billion. 80 hotels are planned to be opened, hopefully because no one really knows how this project will do. 35,000 people are planned to be housed in total. In 2009, due to the global financial crisis, this Palm project was put on hold and relaunched only in 2024 with an updated plan including residential complexes, hotels, parks, and of course, infrastructure. I've already told all your subscribers where we're now, in Dubai. Hello everyone, we're riding the monorail. Well, it's like a train without a driver, in case you don't know. Then I'll explain it to you more clearly. It has one rail, and there are people here, not just us, but there are also many empty seats. We're in Dubai, it has the monorail, a lot of beautiful buildings, and the coolest thing here is, of course, the windows. Another project is the Dubai Islands, also known as Palm Jumeirah. They were rebranded, so to speak, and got a new look. The construction began in 2004 and is still underway. It is unknown when it will be opened. The official date has not been set. Initially, the project was called Palm Jumeirah. It envisaged the creation of the largest artificial island in the world. But again, the financial crisis struck along with some other factors and the project was frozen. In 2022, it was renamed Dubai Islands and included in the Dubai 2040 development plan. Thus, as we see, many of these mega projects become long-term construction. The reasons are, well, financial crises and many other things. As a result, they get frozen, then revived again, and still with no completion date in sight. Despite the fact that a lot of money is allocated for development, projects constantly require additional investment for completion. There are, of course, environmental and technical difficulties. The creation of these artificial islands affect the marine ecosystem. They also erode and need constant maintenance. As for the prospects for completion and opening of the islands, well, if we take into account the current pace of construction and the allocated funding, then according to analysts' forecasts, the completion of the Palm Jebel Ali and Dubai Islands projects is possible in the next 5 to 7 years. However, success in this regard depends on the economic stability, demand for real estate, and the ability to attract investors. Plus, more and more builders are entering Dubai, new housing communities are constantly opening, and many of those who moved to the United Arab Emirates are considering other housing projects, apartments, villas, and so on. In general, all of these ambitious Emirati projects should be considered with great caution. I would like to remind you of some other projects that had problems. Dubai, also known as Ain Dubai, the tallest Ferris wheel in the world. It was opened in 2021, but after a few months it encountered technical problems and was closed for long-term repairs. It was recently reopened and you can ride it now. Dubai Creek Tower. Don't know if you've heard of it. It is a project of a super tall skyscraper that is supposed to exceed the Burj Khalifa, but then COVID happened and the project was frozen. The launch dates are constantly being pushed back. It seems that they have been started building again, but are very cautious talking about the implementation of this project. The World Islands, a vast archipelago of artificial islands in the shape of a world map. Many of the islands are still empty, undeveloped, and, so to speak, abandoned. The project faced funding problems and environmental risks, which led to slow development and uneven settlement. 10 years ago, Nikhil Properties, a state-owned development company, reported that all 300 islands of the project were completed and ready for development by industrial investors. But as it has become clear now, investors are not particularly interested. It is now ambitiously stated that this project added 232 kilometers of urban beaches to Dubai. But in reality, most of these islands are empty. The islands themselves bear names of various cities and countries, such as Australia and Buenos Aires, as well as of famous people such as the Michael Schumacher Island given to the racer by the ruler of Dubai. Dubai Waterfront, another real estate project that was supposed to be one of the largest waterfront residential and commercial developments. However, the project was frozen and never fully realized. A complex of canals and artificial archipelagos were to be created here, and it was to occupy the last free stretch of coastline on the Persian Gulf of Dubai. Dubai Waterfront was supposed to be shaped like the most recognizable symbol of Islam, the star and the crescent. Plus, all this would create protection around Palm Jebel Ali. In the end, 40% of the islands had already been built, but then the project was cancelled. There was also the City of Arabia, aka Dubai Land, a massive project that was supposed to be a complex of theme parks, residential complexes, and generally outshine Disneyland. Much of the project was put on hold or cancelled due to lack of funding and the overall downturn in the real estate market. Pass
Проходи.
through. Yeah.
Ah.
When I was here a couple of years ago, you could go to the beach right next to this station. Now they've closed everything and made it private. Over here is some kind of construction underway, and you can go to the beach anymore. Well, at least here. Further there, as I was told, you can pay around 100 dirhams and get on the local beach. As for the Palm itself, in a lot of places it seems kind of cool. It takes about 10 minutes drive. But a lot of it is under construction, and I can say that it impresses me that much. It's cool, yeah, but so much construction makes it not visually appealing. You can see that a lot of it is unfinished, or it was finished but didn't sell, so it was demolished and something new has been built. So the Palm is definitely not complete, despite how long it has been here.